and I know I shouldn't use this as any means of like measurement, but like in the video games, Kid Buu was always better.
Yeah, always better.
He was always
I mean, yeah, no. In the video games, it's not even a contest. It's not fair. It
That-
does
that-
not
that's
in
why-
every video game.
That's why.
That's
Yeah, that's why.
That's what I'm saying.
it's crazy.
Oh, that's that good.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ooch. I'm here with my brother Ooch and the homie Supreme Kai and my man Not So Little IQ Ooch. And we are back again. Once again. How y'all doing today? Boys, children of all ages, the IQ trifecta is here. Boy, do I have some stories for y'all today. Brother Oot, take it away.
What's going on, peoples? It's another night at the trifecta. Something. I'm missing a word.
IQ. You missed the IQ, the IQ part.
IQ trifecta.
Yeah, IQ trifecta, yeah.
Whatever.
That's us. In case you forgot. Welcome back, guys, for another banger episode. It is a Full Power Podcast. The best anime-esque-ish whenever there's something of substance to talk about with Dragon Ball, I guess, type podcast. Back at it with another one. And boy, do I have some shit to talk to you guys about. But before that, Brother Uch, how you doing today, sir?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
It's good.
It was a chill day. I guess did a little laundry, you know what I mean?
It's always good.
Whatchamacallit? Got the car fixed up. You know?
Oh.
Yeah, it got a service. Nothing was really wrong with
service.
it. You know what I mean? Had to get that oil change.
Nice.
Nah, but I was there for a minute because it wasn't just the oil change. Like it was like more services and shit that they did,
Oh, okay.
like air filters and whatever else.
Oh, okay.
So I had to wait a little extra.
Yeah, that'll do it to you.
Whatever.
All right.
And then gym sesh was good. It's hooping.
Nice. That's good.
Little chest back, but we're chilling.
Chest back hoop. All right. Nice combo there. That's good. You had a full day today, huh? Oh,
Pretty much.
all right.
Chilling.
Supreme Kai. Kasamadas. How you doing today, sir?
I'm good. Everything's normal. Next.
Nice. Everything is normal. That's good to hear. My man, Not So Little IQ. Ooch, how you doing today, sir?
Over here, we're getting lit. We're getting turned up with Miles Morales, Funko
Yo.
Pop, which Crystal gave to me.
Shout outs to Crystal.
I thought it was like a bomb in the package. 'Cause the packaging
Yo,
was very sus. I was scared. I was fearing for my life.
Yeah, he's a little ridiculous, guys. But yeah, nonetheless, it was just a pop figure, which is good, right? So yeah, all right. So let's get some of these formalities out of the way, guys. If you want to hear your name shout out at the end of these episodes, you want to support your boys over here at the Full Power Podcast by becoming a thriving Ozaru, extras, bonus content, bangers of the week, and behind the scenes stuff. Which don't worry, I'll be getting some more up there soon. Hit us up, Full Power Podcast at Patreon page. That's Full Power Podcast on the Patreon page. If you have a comment, question, concern, business inquiry, or fan art you're trying to sponsor, hit us up, fullpowerpod@gmail.com. That's Full Power Podcast. Hit us on the Bluebird on Twitter at Full Power Pod. And you leave us a super thanks over on YouTube if there's a comment that we cannot miss. Okay, guarantee you get them read first and all that kind of stuff, and also helps support and all that greatness. And don't forget, if you're listening on Spotify, to answer the polls, answer the questionnaire, so that we know you guys are listening. All right, so yes. So speaking of
I
comments,
disappeared like Miles.
say what?
I disappeared like Miles.
That's because you keep putting the figure up to the freaking camera with your green screen. This is literally what's gonna happen every time.
Not because I'm Miles.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. So, speaking of super thanks, as stated, we will be going over that one first. So we got one from Dante TX. Shout outs. Thanks for that super chat. They say the wildest podcast, and I love it. Supreme Kai with the swagger, IQ Morales, Lethal Light
Yeah.
Skin, and the legend Uchi. Keep up the great work, and the sky's the limit for you guys. So thank you. Appreciate that love. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That is very nice.
That is me. My last name is Morales.
Like, I haven't heard that word swagger in a long time.
Yo, right? I haven't either.
Transformed into so many other things.
Right. Now,
Right.
Drip.
now people are saying Riz.
Nah, Riz has been a thing.
Riz is
Nah, Riz is
Riz
different.
is different though. That's for like females and shit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's not for
The
females.
Yeah.
It's like niggas with Riz get.
That's like you spit in game.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shout
It's the whole
outs.
thing.
Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. I hope you keep continuing to enjoy what you hear here. Damn, that was OD.
talking about Riz on FPP. We've come to new places.
Oh, we're always going to places. So, anyways, let's see. So this next person, they said, Hobby in the comics actually prefers to be called Spider-Man, but everyone calls him the Spider-Punk. Oh yes, talking about Spider-Man. Oh yeah, that's right. A lot of Spider-Man conversations have been happening because of that movie, and because of this one over here, Mr. IQ. Let's see.
Bye.
Our boy Jayante Sheridan. Let's go. He says, as sad as it is to say, I felt Kai when the chapter was coming up. Laughing emojis. But another banger video. Jujutsu Kaisen is a big recommend to the masses, and personally also My Hero Academia is bussin' right now in the manga, which I can confirm is true. So Kai, since they mentioned you by name, what do you do you have anything to add to what they said?
I mean, yeah, nobody wants to talk about that chapter. Nobody.
The nods of approval. Even this guy. That's crazy. Everybody here just don't want to be talking about no Dragon Ball Super manga right now. And you know what? It's fair. It is what it is. Like, and that's unanimous. You know, I was just trying to do the due diligence by going over it. I got blocked by Kai hard last week to even talk about any minor differences. Shut that shit down. I'm like, okay, I guess we're not. So, but yeah, My
Best
Hero.
idea I ever had.
That's crazy. But yeah, nah. So the Full Power podcast, obviously, for those that may not know, clearly was brought up by Dragon Ball. Now we're in what definitely seems to feel like this new Dragon Ball drought. While there is still official Dragon Ball out there in the universe, it doesn't feel like there even is at the moment, because we're at like, it's like a weird plateau kind of shit. You know, like it's weird. Don't know how else to explain it, but you know, we always encourage you guys to, when you leave your comments, whatever you guys are watching, reading, let us know. Obviously, we'll bring it up, you know, when we go over these comments, as we are like right now. And yeah, so let us know, because right now I am reading My Hero Academia. It is really good. I can't confirm that shit is fire. And I am still obviously reading One Piece, but you know, it's funny. I've been reading a lot more comic books. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been reading a lot of Spider-Man. I read some like Venom shit that came out recently. So more on that later. Somewhat, not really. But anyways, let's see. So this person says, oh, and by the way, shouts to Kai for reminding me. This person's a member. They've been a member on the YouTube channel for 2 months. So again, shout outs to members, because even I forget, like that's a thing over on YouTube. But they said, Uchi Bros going ham. I'm here for it. Let's get it. So thank you for that. Anything?
Well,
I thought. Thank you. There with it. There it is. There it is. Okay, Kai.
Nah, he said plenty.
Okay, IQ.
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse. Okay. This next person says, Kai looks like Gojo, just needs in the white hair. You know, I feel like
Yeah, I put on sunglasses, and like that's the major fucking change here. Like, I'm not even the same complexion as man's. You know, I really
matter.
don't want to talk about the hair though, because I'm fucking going gray in my 20s.
already.
I'm not even fucking playing. I'm so like, I don't even know how I feel about it. I'm gonna look good with the white top, but still, I'm just like, this is a bit early for me.
He's
And I'm
going
pretty sure
Gojo.
it's just, yeah, you know what it is? It's the strain of my 6 eyes. Being this perceptive puts a lot of mental strain on you.
Yes, sir. I'm
The
telling
strain
you.
of the
Can't
Dragon
take
Ball
it.
drought.
Can't take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask you if that was gonna be something that you would even contemplate on doing, is like dyeing your hair white.
No, this shit about to happen naturally. I'm not gonna touch that bitch.
Yeah. Okay.
Not a chance.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, if you was to ever do a
I did it. I did
cosplay-
it once for a cosplay like
Okay,
years
There it
ago.
goes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I could totally see that, especially for Gojo. But yeah, I wouldn't even stress that you don't even have the same complexion. That shit doesn't matter.
Bro, Gojo is 6'7".
He's what? He's really that tall?
He is
Damn, that's crazy.
6'7".
He don't look 6'7".
Dude is a fucking monster.
He does not look.
I don't even be
6'7".
comparing heights like that in anime. Not gonna cap.
I mean, I don't really.
Yeah, you really
That's-
can't.
That's hard.
Wait, then how tall is
to-
Itadori?
Yeah, because they all look
They
like
just-
around the same height.
Yeah, that's
I know they're all some tall motherfuckers.
Yo, yeah, no. That's
But like, nah, I'm for real though. Like, go look it up. Like, really, like they're tall.
Hold on.
That's nah, son. That's OD.
They're tall.
They all look like some average height ass people, which is totally fine. You know, like I'm like 6 foot on the dot. So are you, pretty much.
I swear, like the shortest one in the show got to be like 5'9".
There's-
Itadori's 5'8".
Yeah, and
He
then
got to be the shortest one in the show. Yeah.
so wait, and then and Gojo is 6'7".
Gojo is 6'7". He is 200.4 centimeters tall.
There's no way.
The centimeter talk is too much. Fuck, they talk about centimeters.
Yeah, centimeters, dude. It's part of measurement.
It's how everyone but America measures shit.
That's true. Yeah, we're the only ones that do like feet and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Simple.
We're
shit.
the only ones that do Fahrenheit.
right.
Yeah, I don't know about Celsius.
Yeah, I
The
remember.
only ones that do miles. No Morales.
No,
Miles.
no Morales. I was just thanks for that, Phil.
Miles Morales.
I knew you were gonna take it there.
I
Miles
didn't
per
have to.
hour.
He was gonna take it there.
Yeah, somebody was going to, so I just did it myself.
Good shit. All right, so this next person is big tanks with a double thumbs up and a fist bump. Shout outs. Thank you, sir. This next person, ooh, they're showing ice in the veins. Shout outs.
Showing veins in the ice.
Vein- Yeah. You know what the correct order is. If when you write the emoji out, you gotta do the muscle, the pointing, and then the ice.
No, you gotta. No, you'd have to do it the other way around. You'd have to do ice pointing at the muscle.
Oh well, yeah.
Right,
Yeah, yeah, true. All right, and then this last person said back in once again. How y'all doing today, man? All right, thank you guys for all of the comments. I'm checking Spotify over here real quick to just check with the poll that was ran, and all I asked was, did you reach chapter 94 Dragon Ball Super? And 60% said no, or 40% said yes.
That's a failing grade.
That's crazy.
I mean,
40%.
40% read
Of
it,
how many people?
5 votes.
Okay.
Okay, still.
5 votes total. So 40% voted that they did, 60% voted that they did not. So for those that answered, definitely appreciate it. And for those that don't, that are just listeners, I highly encourage you guys to get in on these polls so that way we can have like more of a grasp on, you know, like these percentages and whatnot with these questions. But next month, it'll be what, chapter 95. I made this I made this call several months back, saying that this was probably going to run us through the summer. So July, August, will probably be officially done by September. So that's crazy just to think about how many more months we have to fucking wait to just see what is gonna come next. So
It gives me enough time to finish Super. I'm still on Moro arc.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
You
Plenty.
don't gotta finish it. Just pick something else. Just run your list out.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
just found a summary.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, all right. So those are all the comments, right? So this week, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This episode almost did not happen this week. Okay, I'm gonna lie, because before I get into this other topic, that's that's actually Dragon Ball related, because it's not super related, so you ain't gotta worry about that. I was at a tournament called CEO, a very fun event down in Daytona, Florida. Lots of video games, lots of fighting games, obviously, artist alley, vendors, an arcade room, a rhythm game room. Shit was fun. It was very, very cool. Right by the beach. Not that I went to it, but you know, it was there. So got to see some friends, got to see people I haven't seen in like years, which is cool. But the one other cool thing I guess I could say is that the brand Victrix, they make the fight stick that Crystal had gotten me for Christmas. Victrix is like the one stick I haven't owned ever. I've always wanted one, so I have one now ever since December 25th of last year, right? And what they do is if you bring a stick, if you have one of their sticks, they have this thing where it's like this mechanism that if you bring like a design, you can get it like on the stick, and they do it for free. So I was like making friends with the workers there, and they were really cool guys. And I got like 4 different things on there. I got Broly on there for one, which is like dope. And he's like facing off with a Kuma. It looks pretty dope. I'll have to put it on Twitter. I mean, you can check my Twitter because I posted it already. But yeah, either way, event was fun. It was really cool. But then here's why I'm bringing this up. Why this episode almost didn't happen? Well, over the weekend, several flights were canceled, delayed, pushed back. That is what delayed means. And I was trapped for days, it seems, for far too long. I went from Daytona to Orlando, which I found out that my flight was canceled by the time I woke up at 3:30 in the morning that Monday, right? Then the lady was nice, and this is the cool thing. Every agent that I had to work with was actually nice, which made the whole experience a little bit better. And I put air quotes because it's just like, this fucking situation sucked. It was the worst. This is worse than when I went to Japan and there was a earthquake, a typhoon, and I was deathly ill. All happening at the same time. I wasn't the only one. It was like me, Juice was there. He was sick too. My other boy, Alistair, also sick. And not to mention, on our way back, they canceled our flights. And shout outs to Roxo. He freaking covered all of us for that time. I paid him back, obviously. And once we had our new shits figured out, all these Japanese people was helping us fucking get through everything mad quick. So even after that experience, this experience is far worse, because they said, okay, there's no flights coming out of Daytona. How the fuck am I gonna get home? Well, we could send you to Orlando. That will put you on a lift or whatever. You have to pay for it. I'm like, all right. So Orlando is like an hour and change from Daytona. So go there. Had a decent Lyft guy. He was very chatty, very chatty. He was telling me about every fucking thing, life, his kids, his wife, previous experiences that he had. That I'm like, wow, this guy's he been around. Okay,
Star.
okay. Either way, right? So this dude, nice guy, and he brings me there safely, which is really cool. 5 stars, right? I get to Orlando. I show up at the gate. The gate's closed. First of all, TSA was packed. I don't know how I made it through in time. There was literally 5 minutes left, and they had already closed the doors. There was a cop there. He comes up, and he goes, I'm gonna save you the aggravation. He goes, why did you miss your flight? I'm like, TSA. And he's like,
Nice.
he goes, yeah, I'm gonna save you the aggravation. He goes, go around the corner, go to the front desk, tell them to book you on the next one, and say it was TSA. I'm like, well, I mean, it was. And he's like, I know. Because mad people went through the same shit. So I'm like, okay, cool. So they booked me on the next one. I had to wait like an hour, whatever. Booked me on the next one. On here, I went to Atlanta. Got to Atlanta around like 10 something. The next connection to get home wasn't until like 2:30, 3 o'clock. So I'm like, okay. I watched wrestling. I was playing some Marvel Snap. I actually got recognized by one of the other like officer folks that was I guess like cleaning up after people. And it's like this Asian dude. And he's like, hey sir, can you do you need me to take that for you? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I give him my bag. And he double takes me. He goes, wait. He's like, aren't you a YouTuber? I was like, get the fuck out of here. How am I getting recognized in Atlanta? Right? He goes, aren't you Uchi? Straight up, loud as fuck. Just fucking blurts it. And I'm like, oh my God. Right? Very nice guy. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh dude, that's really cool. He's like, I used to watch all your reactions. I'm like, wow. We're a nostalgia act apparently now. We're nostalgia for some folks. Isn't that crazy? We're that old. We're that fucking old. That's how long it's been. So this guy, but the last thing he said to me was really nice. He did say, he goes, keep up the good work. He's like, you do really good things. I'm like, wow, that's. And I shook his hand, and then he kept collecting people's garbage after that. And I was like, wow, that was really cool. Unexpected, but really cool nonetheless. So then I waited. Finally, it was time. I checked the thing, delayed. Oh, got pushed back. I'm like, okay, let me at least start getting ready or whatever. So I was like browsing around. I went to fucking, I almost fucked around and found out I'm about to get some new headphones. Kai knows. I was talking to Kai about that shit, right? Headphones. Had headphone conversation. Didn't buy shit, thankfully. Cause I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this impulse shit. Cause honestly, I was like, yo, there was a mad crying babies.
Oof.
And like, I'm like, I need some fucking cancels.
Little bitch ass niggas.
Stop it. Right. So then it got delayed again. I was like, alrighty. So I'm waiting. And I noticed I got upgraded. First class. I said, oh,
Nice.
I've never been first class ever. I've been fucking zero class, whatever the fuck. I don't know what's regular cabin shit. That's no class cabin seats or whatever, right? That's what I'm used to. First class, let me tell you guys, okay? It's overhyped. All right, it's not worth the price. Unless you get upgraded, it's whatever. Like you do have a little bit more, a couple of more inches of room.
Was it United?
It was Delta.
Oh.
I mean, actually, that's a good point. Maybe dependent on,
Probably depends.
depend on, whoever it is. Their first class might be better than others.
Yeah.
Listen, man, this is, and honestly, experiencing this for the first time, I was like, okay, let me see what all the hype is, right? I was telling some of my friends, like, oh yeah, I'm like, they upgraded me to first class. They're like, oh yeah, take advantage of that shit. Order mad drinks. I'm like, why the fuck would I do that? They're like, cause it's free. I'm like, okay. Right? So, yo, here's the thing. And this is kind of fucked up, right? Because we're sitting on the plane now, right? We're sitting on this fucking thing. And all these people behind me in not first class, zero class, right? No class, right? They're not getting no service. They're not getting no snacks. They're not getting water. They're not getting shit. This lady only was serving us. And I was like, I kind of felt some type of way about this. I'm like, yo, they got us on this fucking shit. We were sitting on the plane, not moving, for at least 2 hours before they fucking canceled it.
2 hours.
Yeah. This lady gave me 2 ginger ales, a bag of chips, and the guy next to me, he was getting like fucking like alcohol and shit, like out the can. And I'm like, all these people over here, they're not getting fucking nothing. They're just fucking, complaining and shit. Naturally, how the fuck you not gonna give people water? Like, and oh, that was the other thing. When you get to your seat, the water's already there. I'm like,
Them Delta
That's
niggas
crazy.
is different.
that, yeah. So I'm just like, bro, this is kind of weird. Like in a way, I'm like, yo, this is like inhumane as fuck. I'm not even
Money
gonna lie.
talks.
I guess. But it's just like, bro, like, and first of all, my seat was broken. I couldn't even recline it. Because I noticed there was a fucking kid across from me who was also in there. And his shit was like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Sounds like Delta is fucking shit.
Yeah, my corner seat that I had, right? I had the window and everything. So yeah, so like, I was able to experience first class for a couple hours. Like it was almost like a trial run. I didn't even get to fly and experience it because they canceled the shit, right? And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this, right? So everyone's like panicking, like fucking freaking out. And so I stand in line and the line is long as fuck. It's like wrapping around because all these people all got shut down, shit on completely. And then I found out later, Crystal actually showed me the article. There was like thousands of flights all across the East Coast that got fucked. And I was in that several times within that shit, right? My shit counted multiple times from Daytona to Orlando to fucking Atlanta, right? So then I'm like doing a chat support because I'm trying to be smart with my time. I'm like, yo, if I'm gonna be here for however long online, I'm about to fucking try to talk with some support motherfuckers. So this person found me a flight to go to Philly instead of Jersey. So I'm like, okay, put me on that one. So I'm waiting, and all I had to do was wait like another hour. I'm like, I've been waiting. I've been at this since 3:30 this morning. I have no choice, right? So they put me on that shit. I go to Popeyes. That's right in there. The line is so fucking long, and you would have been pissed. Wanna know why?
No sauce.
They only offered me one fucking sauce, which is essentially like no sauce, right? Another ding.
No fucking ice is crazy.
That's crazy, right? So, and the system that they had was going on weird. And oh, you want to know what else besides no sauce? No fucking chicken sandwiches.
I saw you say that they were out of sandwiches. I was like, yo, man's really going through it
I'm
right
going
now.
through it. Yo, after I got this flight, I was like, yo, I told Chris, I said, yo, I'm about to fuck this chicken sandwich up. Watch. Right? I literally was so ready. I was like, man, I could almost taste it, right? Because you could smell the Popeyes from down the fucking way. I was like so ready, fixated on having this chicken sandwich. But the only satisfaction of my day, I go up to this fucking lady. I'm like, yeah, can I get a chicken sandwich meal? And she goes, we had a chicken sandwich.
Oh, fuck you, had a chicken sandwich, bitch.
Nah, that's really the breaking point. That's really like game over type shit.
Kyle, let me ask you a question. This is Popeyes, right? It's a fucking chicken joint, okay? If they're making all these other types of chicken tenders, fingers, fucking whatever, chicken piece, bucket, whatever, why can't you just take whatever and just put it in put it in between two buns?
They didn't have the buns, but they didn't
I
have
wanna-
the chicken.
I want to cut in with my own little side food story because it ties in here. So check this out. Maybe like a week, 2 weeks ago type shit. I was feeling hungry. I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna order a pizza. Right?
Yeah.
Normal shit. I go to order a pizza. They have everything you could think of. And I hadn't tried the place out yet before. So I was like, let me just get some basic shit, see if I fuck with it. Let me just get something small. So I went to get like a small, like plain, just a plain pie, right? They had every type of pizza with every type of topping you can think of, but it said that they were out of plain cheese pizza.
What
And
the
I'm like,
fuck?
wait a minute. Hold on a second. And I was dead ass, so I called them. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't pick up the phone.
That's
I was so
crazy.
tight. I didn't even get pizza that day. I just said to go somewhere else. I was over it. But I looked and it was like that for 2 or 3 days. I didn't go to that place. I was like, yo, they're really playing with me right now. Like, are you fucking serious?
Bro.
Yeah,
So I feel you when you say that, like, yo, you're a chicken place. How you not have chicken? I'm like, yo, you're a pizza place. You have a pizza with all these other toppings, but you don't have a basic bitch pizza? Are you fucking kidding me?
That's crazy. No plain.
That's crazy.
No Jane.
Wait, how you have pepperoni without plain?
How do you have? That's the fucking point. How do you have any of those pizzas?
How do you have any of the pizzas without
So-
plain? It doesn't make sense.
The fuck were they serving?
Backwards as fuck.
He's so fucked up. What are they serving then?
Same shit with Popeyes. It's like, bro, you just got fries? Like,
That's what I'm saying. So I ended up ordering like a 4-piece meal with fries and a drink.
oh fuck that! I would have went to somewhere else.
Well, guess what? I was on a time crunch. There was nothing else.
There was nothing else.
There was not like, okay, so I don't know if you've ever been to Atlanta, the airport, but they have a concourse where all the terminals, like say you got to go to like A17.
Yeah.
Or there's a B, whatever, C, whatever. It got A, B, C, D, and then E, and I think T. I don't know. Fuck, whatever. I don't know. So I was in A. Let's say I was in A. I might get this mixed up, but let's say I was in A. I had to go to B, which meant that I had to take like one of those train johns to just get.
Oh.
Yeah, right. So I'm over here sweating because I'm like, yo, am I gonna fucking risk my flight over some fucking no chicken sandwich having ass motherfuckers? So thankfully, they were cutting it so close, and I wasn't even about to fight with them over how they were gonna charge me. They're gonna try to charge me more for extra sauce.
What?
Bro, I'm telling you, they gave
That's
me one.
crazy.
Any additional, they would have had to charge me. And mind you, I was using a meal voucher that the airports have been giving me because I was fucking going through this shit for over 24 hours at this point. And like, I had the meal voucher ready to use. The meal voucher about to cover the whole thing, probably gonna leave it like a couple change left. And I was like, I don't care. But the lady was like, she was like, how much sauce you want? I'm like 2 or 3. And she was like, I can't, bro. The fact that she
Nah,
said,
I went on site.
That's crazy.
you know, people get so mad. Like, imagine if she, the wrong person. Imagine that shit. Imagine someone who had time.
I wish I could have seen Brandon in that situation. I wish I could have seen his face.
Yo.
Yo, that shit would be funny. Yup, you'd hear that shit real quick.
I stare at that bitch.
Yeah.
No,
Hit her with an ice arrow real quick.
Fucking ice arrow. Yeah. So that fucking happened, right? And I was like, you can't give me 2 or 3? And she's like, well, if I do,
Oh, I can.
no. This is what she said. She said, well, if I do, it's gonna go over your voucher. I'm like, how much are these fucking sauces? So I was like, okay, just give me one, right? So then I got my drink in the next window, and then I jetted it. So I had all these slow ass motherfuckers, of course, in front of me. So I was fucking dipping and dodging like fucking Sonic with my bag and the fucking food in both hands. And I was actually holding on to my fucking sweats because these shits, the drawstring is trash. So even though it was tight, my shit's falling off my ass because I got my wallet and my phone in each pocket weighing my shit down. So I'm going crazy. I'm like, dude, this is insane. Like, first of all, I better not fall. I better not drop this food or oh my God, like I will lose my shit, right? So I didn't even wait for the fucking concourse. I took the fucking fast John. You know, like the escalator, but it's flat. I don't know what they call that shit.
You be fucking fast as fuck.
Yeah, like you like you feel like the Flash, right? So I'm on that, and I'm speed walking through this shit. I get to the section, a sea of people. I was like, oh my fucking God, here we go again. So I'm waiting. I'm like kind of like I'm like standing around like the front area just to kind of like overhear like what's going on, because people are obviously concerned. I made it on time, right? But I was planning just eat it on the plane. So then they said, I overheard that they're still waiting on a fucking pilot. I'm like, what? They got nobody flying this shit right now? So it was time. It was like the shit said the gates was gonna close at 9:46, bro. It was 9:45, and nothing was happening. I looked out the window. The fucking lights to the damn plane wasn't even on. I'm like, what the fuck is going on over here? So I sat my ass down. I'm like, yep, it's happening again. Start eating. Then I overheard. Then the lady this time, I didn't even have to overhear shit. She went on the fucking intercom. She goes, all right, guys, I got an update for everybody, but you're not gonna like it. And I said, oh, here we go. She says, so we have a pilot, but we need two. But the next pilot available is not gonna be here until 1 a.m. And everybody said, oh, you
What
heard?
time was it?
It was still like 9:46, 9:47, 9:50
PM?
p.m. It was about to be literally 10 o'clock, and that's the news that she broke to everybody. And all you hear everyone go, oh. So everyone's just like fucking all tight or whatever. So then like an hour and a half in of just waiting and sitting around, one of the like flight attendants, nice lady, she like brought a cart out with like fucking water, granola bar, shitty ones, mind you, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't touch that. Fruit snacks, Mott's, nice brand, right? So of course I waited because there was a swarm of people. I'm like, listen, I'm not even gonna have the water, right? Because it was Dasani, not touching that shit.
Salt that.
Yeah, nah, Dasani's trash. And I waited, everyone got their shit. These fucking people was desperate. They cleared out that shitty ass fucking Dasani real quick. I'm like, yep, all y'all can be contaminated. I'm good. No one touched the fruit snacks. I was like, pff, pff. I walked away. Thank you, right? I think I still got some in my bag right now. I took a shitload of fruit snacks. I'm like, yep, y'all haven't been waiting all day. I should have took the fucking box, son. I should have just dumped that shit in my backpack. But I didn't. I'm civilized, right? So we waited and waited. Finally, we get a pilot. Thankfully, pilot was so cool. And this is probably one of the best parts of the story. He goes, I just want to let y'all know, I heard the news and I'm actually on my off day. And I said, I can't leave these people here. So I'm gonna fly y'all home. And I was like, let's fucking go.
That Nicky's a hero.
Exactly.
Ice.
Ice
Nicky.
in the fucking veins. This man had ice flying out the wings. So yeah. So, and also he actually got us out an hour early. And actually we ended up landing in Philly earlier. Cause Atlanta to Philly, I mean, that's not too far, but usually a flight like that is like 2 hours and change, I want to say. Yo, he got us there in like an hour and 20 minutes. Like he actually was
It was
like,
man's off day. He's trying to go home.
fast facts. He did jet that shit. And so then here's the epilogue of the story. I finally land and I'm like, okay, I'm back on the East Coast. It's like 1 something in the morning. Chris was over here waiting for me. And I'm like, okay, where's my bag?
Oh.
The fucking thing goes off, right? I saw this shit rotate so many times. Where's my bag? Hour and a half later, I go to the service desk and they go, oh no, it's here. You just gotta wait. Don't worry. It's here. It wasn't fucking there. I waited again. I watched that shit rotate some more. Where's my fucking bag? Wasn't there. I go back to the service desk. It was fucking closed. They put a sign that said will return at, and that shit said like 1 o'clock p.m. I was literally like, I've held so many L's just trying to get fucking back. I'm like, you know what? I'm leaving. I'll check this shit. Cause I had tracked it. They give you like a little ticket, right? And you could put it in the app and you could actually see where it is, which is nice.
Thank God.
This shit was still in fucking Atlanta.
Dumbass.
So I'm like, okay. I chatted support again, and them like, my bag is not here. And they're like, oh, it's gonna get there. It's just gonna get there late. I'm like, why wasn't it? Every single agent told me it was gonna follow you wherever you go with you. So tell me why this shit finally got here in Philly at like 1 o'clock p.m. And I was like, thank fucking God. And that is this airplane nightmare story that I have to share with you guys for this episode, because that's how this shit almost didn't happen. Because honestly, I got back, saw mom, saw this guy, chatted up a little bit, talked about the barbecue, and here I am. I'm literally wearing one of Crystal's shirts. Okay, I'm like this episode almost did not happen. I was about to be like, yo guys, we're not doing this shit. Nope. That's how much I appreciate the Thriving Ozarks and you guys listening and watching at home, okay? So I never want to hear nothing. Ever. Okay? So we deliver, right? So do y'all have any comments, questions about this fucking story? Anything that could have possibly have happened? Anything like that?
Shout outs to that fucking pilot.
Facts,
Goat.
right?
The GOAT.
That nigga's different.
he got ice.
He got veins.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I guess before I go into this next thing that I have written down here, IQ, you got your fun fact of the day, of the week, rather.
I do indeed.
All right, here we go with the fun fact brought to you in part by Not So Little IQ Ooch. I need like another jingle. Do I have another jingle here? Hold on. What is it?
It should be the Spider-Verse
No.
theme song.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe for next time. I'll have a little thingy ready for that. So go ahead. What's your fun fact?
Speaking of Spider-Verse, into the Spider-Verse fact. Fun fact. So, y'all remember? Y'all know the man, the myth, the legend, Stan Lee.
Of course.
He was not only in the bodega scene. He's actually, because the animators all wanted to draw him. So in like every scene with the subway train, you would see him sitting down.
Really? That's actually really
Apparently.
cool. Shout outs to that. Yo, we miss Stanley every day. Stanley's the man. Rest in peace. He left behind a great legacy, loads of great characters that are still getting lots of love to this very day. So big shout outs to Stanley. You never will be forgotten. Thank you for that fun fact. That was actually a really cool fun fact.
Also, it was his final voice acting role into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, it was he was selling the costumes, right? In the first one, Into the
Yeah.
Spider-Verse. Yeah, I remember that part.
No refunds. No refunds.
No refunds. Yeah, big shout outs. All right. This next topic, right, that I got here for you guys, it's like a weird one. And I've been actually holding off on this for weeks, probably months at this point. Like I've had it and we just have not had time to like talk about it. So we have some time now before we do the banger of the week and Patreon shout outs and all that. So Majin Buu versus Majin Buu, right? This is like a myth debate type thing. This is like who's the stronger one, Super Buu or Kid Buu? The reason why I'm even bringing this up is I had a conversation with some folks in my Discord not too long ago about this, and this is actually something that I myself was kind of like new on, only because it's not something that I ever thought about. Because in my mind, I always thought that Kid Buu who is like the first original like Majin Buu, I know. I always thought that he was like the strongest one just because. But I learned through this conversation and talking it out, I'm like, oh, it seems like the Super Buu one is actually stronger. So I just wanted to, I guess, get your guys' thoughts on that. If there was any other, if you were confused about it, or if you thought the same way, or whatever. So
What? Super Buu being stronger than Kid Buu?
did you think that Kid Buu was, or did you always think that Super Buu was?
I always thought that Kid Buu was because he was slapping them.
That's what I'm saying, right? That's what I always
Like
had that
head.
impression. I never questioned it after that. I was like, I never had that debate. I never thought like Buhan was strong or none of that. But apparently, yeah, no, that one.
I mean, honestly, yeah, I mean, because like we've never seen a Super Saiyan 3 Goku against like Super Buu when he absorbed everybody, like including Gohan, for example. Like if that's what we're talking about, like Super Buu absorbing everybody plus Gohan, like in that form, like I think that's the only form you can compare Kid Buu. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because without the absorptions, Kid Buu's indefinitely stronger. I feel like 100%. Like, because Gohan was washing him. Gohan was watching Super Buu before he got cocky and fucked it up for himself. Got himself an L, like he normally does. Yes. Had to throw that in there.
He said it, not me.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, Super Buu was dope. Like, you know, overall, like especially when he absorbed everybody. But then he was getting washed by Vegito, right? Yeah.
Until he got absorbed.
And well, yeah, until that was fucked up. But they did that to themselves too. So yeah, nah. But I mean, Kid Buu's on my top list overall. I feel like regardless of this whole, like, who said this?
So this was people in my Discord. We were talking about it. Like, it was brought up, and I was like,
So was this an actual fact? Like this is the thing?
well, that's
Or
why
they're talking about it.
well, this was just brought up like randomly. Like, they were upset that people still think that Kid Buu is stronger for the reasons that they have. And I was just asking questions. I was just like, oh, well, why? And then they explained it. So it seemed like Kai already knew,
Oh, really?
because Kai was not in before.
Save me for last.
Well, IQ, you got anything to say? Because I don't even think you ever even thought exactly what I was like.
No.
I think all the boos would mess up a grimace shake.
What did you just say?
A grimace
So-
shake. Yes, thank you.
I know for a fact that we have not. I mean, I know we have one, but we might even have 2 episodes covering this very specific topic. And one of them, I don't want to say recent anymore because we haven't talked Dragon Ball in a while, so maybe like 2.5-ish months ago. But yeah, we definitely talked about this in quite a bit of detail. And I remember last time I brought up that it is a fact. Super Buu, at least with his forms, is quite a bit stronger than Kid Buu.
Yeah.
It was stated by Goku or Vegeta themselves straight up when they watched Kid Buu transforming. They were like, oh, he's a pipsqueak. He's even weaker than he was before. Straight up. As far as without the forms, I feel like what Brandon said makes the most sense logically because man was getting washed.
Right.
And power level wise, things don't add up. So it's definitely way stronger than a regular Super Saiyan 3, you know, no fusion involved.
Yeah.
But I feel like as far as Kid Buu's concerned, no forms. Kid Buu's the strongest raw form. But since Super Buu had all those absorptions, he's the top dog of the Buus for power level. And he had the big brains because of Piccolo and everybody else. So that's kind of like, you know, he's 2 for 2 on that.
Word. Yeah. And
Kid
that,
Buu is just ruthless and evil. So it's just like, you know, Super Buu's like, I want to take over the world. So I'm going to mess with your heads. I'm going to absorb you. Kid Buu's like, nah, I'm going to blow this bitch up.
yeah. Yeah.
Ruthless
That was
power.
the one thing that I kind of like started figuring out for myself, like through this conversation, because I was like, well, I guess I can understand why Kid Buu wouldn't be the top, because like originally I always saw or understood that like he was always just so strong, like raw, like you said, right? But then it's the fact that he's just so like he's almost like he's like a fucking pink version of classic Broly. You know what I'm saying? Where he was just fighting, and like there was no thought behind it. Like he was just out there throwing death beams and all death balls and whatever, and like just going at whoever he was, you know, on the other side, which made sense. And when I saw, and like as a kid, when I'm seeing that, and then the fact that when on his debut appearance during the Z fights, he destroyed Earth. So when that happened, that shit left an impression on me. I'm like, yo, this guy is that OD. He didn't even fight nobody. He literally just wanted to blow up the fucking planet, and he did.
And that's the thing, right? In that same debut, like right before he charged up that huge vanishing ball, I think it is. You know, they straight up said that he was weaker, not only like smaller in size, but he was, you know, he was weaker too.
Yeah,
significantly. Like they didn't even, he was so much weaker in their minds that they weren't concerned that they didn't have fusion anymore. They were like, we got this.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they saw how ruthless he was, that he wasn't playing around, they were like, oh shit, we gotta go now. And then that's when they literally just started panicking. So it wasn't really the overwhelming power, it was like the lack of brain functioning going on upstairs. Because as we know, ever since like the Raditz days, people could have done that shit and blown up the Earth, but the point wasn't to blow up the Earth for the Saiyans, it was to conquer it.
Right.
For Cell, it was to have fun and do other shit. So like all these villains, they weren't going up for they weren't going for the big bomb.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Kid Buu just decided to do it. But
yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, everybody can do it, but nobody wanted to do it until Kid Buu showed up, was like, nah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, no, that's hey man, that's true. That's why, you know, I learned something from that conversation, and then hearing, you know, us talking about it again is just like more validation, which is really nice, right?
I guess it makes more sense.
It does make more sense. And you know what else? I will throw this in lastly before we like, you know, start wrapping things up here, is that, and I know I shouldn't use this as any means of like measurement, but like in the video games, Kid Buu was always better.
Yeah, always better.
He was always better.
I mean, yeah, no, in the video games, it's not even a contest. It's not fair. It does
yeah,
not
that's
in every
why,
video game.
That's why.
That's
Yeah, that's why.
That's what I'm saying.
it's crazy.
I think he's just more loved than, you know, Super Buu in general. I feel like as a character.
I don't know about that. Cause
Well,
No, I'd agree with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he's more loved.
I don't think I'm gonna take that one back.
And you know why? It's honestly, I feel like it's blind love. I feel like it's literally blind love, because people put that blindfold over themselves and they're just kind of like, oh, well, that's his final form, so that's my favorite one. Like,
Type shit.
how
And
many
that's what I'm
times do people do that
Type
shit?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's
yeah, the video games also did not help that situation. That was actually a great point to slide in there, because in the video games, that's a different conversation.
Yo,
he's uncontested.
Budokai 3. That was
Uncontested.
back in the day. And not even just 3, 2. He was the hardest fucking character to fight against.
Lawrence.
Oh, yeah. And your uncle used to fucking smack us in that game with that character. Ask him. He will literally...
We beat him though. We beat him.
Oh yeah, eventually we figured him out, right? But still, like, that shit was OD. And I'm not even talking about just playing against people that knew how to use them. The CPU, like when you fight him in the story, he had, so I don't know if you remember this,
Hard.
but
Yeah.
in Budokai, it was like you had the green bar
Yeah.
of life, and then when that went down, it was yellow. When that
The
went
yellow
down,
bar?
But he had like,
it was like orange, red.
yeah, like purple.
Exactly. He was in a purple, and then it would go to blue and all that shit. He had hella life, son.
It would be like purple. It would be like purple, dark blue, light blue, green, light
Yes,
green,
yes.
yellow, orange, dead.
Yes.
It was ridiculous.
It was OD. I'll never forget that shit. That's part of why I felt the way that I felt about, you know, Kid Buu overall, but, you know, just I guess a
Yeah,
little
video games traumatized us.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. So, all right. Well, that's all the substance here for this episode. So y'all know what time it is. It is that time for your banger of the week. And it is
But
All right. And that was Danger, Spider, Offset, GID, Metro, Boomin. A very fire track, of course. We said this last week we would do this song this week because we've, been on the Metro Boomin hype train off of Across the Spider-Verse. Hey, man, first of all, the movie's ridiculous. They're trying to make $1 billion. They're probably going to. It's very close.
Billy.
This album, I'm still listening to on repeat. Like, still. It's ridiculous. This song is great. Self-Love last week. Check it out. It was great. I love that. Love it. So, all right, anyways, check it out. And then, of course, as always, it's that time for Patreon shoutouts. Yes. All right. If you want to hear your name shout out at the end of these episodes, please go over to the Patreon page. Feel free, hit us up, Full Power Podcast, over on the Patreon page. Lots of support. Become a thriving Ozaru today. Let's go. Shout outs to... Wait a minute, I got the list right here. I have to make sure it's in the order. Oh yeah, hold on. I forgot to hit this button. Here we go. All right. As always, our boy Jayante Sheridan. Thank you. Yeah. Shout outs to Anthony Parker. Thank you. Park it. Yeah. Shout outs to my girl, Crystal. Thank you. Shout outs to Dante TX. Thank you. Ice. Shout outs to our boy Jerick Rivera. Thank you. Shout outs to Louis Barnett. Thank you. Oh shit, here we go. Whip him out. Shout out to our boy, Mr. Wash. Thank you.
Clean them clothes, nigga.
Clean it. And shout outs to our boy, Odd Man Out. Yeah. Thank you.
Never count that man out.
Never count him out. And shout outs to our boy, Soul Awakens. Thank you.
Wake your ass up, nigga.
Wake it. Shout out to our boy SAWFT Soul. Thank you.
Ice man.
Ice. And shout out to our boy Travis Boyette. Thank you. And shout out to the man with the final Chidori Vegito Chiha. Thank you.
Nice.
And almost last but not least, shout outs to our boy, Worse Than a Demon. Thank you.
Slayer.
Attention! Yes! Land the rising sun! Oh, yes!
Oh.
He's the only one! Yes!
Yeah.
Our fucking boy! Yes! His name is... Yes!
Juice.
Juice!
Juice.
Juice! Juice!
Ice.
Get him!
Thanks.
Put some ice in the juice!
Yeah.
Hugo, nigga.
Hugo!
Some ice in your juice.
All right, if you guys want to hear your name shout out at the end of these episodes, you want in on the hype action, you want to support us, you want to see us get a new fucking table because that's what's next on the list here before we get new mics and all that stuff. Hit us up, Full Power Podcast over on the Patreon page. That is Full Power Podcast on the Patreon page. If you have a comment, question, concern, business inquiry, or fan art, trying to sponsor, then hit us up, fullpowerpod@gmail.com. That is fullpowerpodcast. Or yeah, fullpowerpod@gmail.com. It's fullpowerpod@gmail.com.
Hold on. The background messing everything up. Anata idala.
Yeah.
Da, 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 ito, ito.
Okay.
Asita no wa.
Uh-huh.
I know so.
Hit us up on the Bluebird on Twitter. FOPowerPod. All right, boys. Another banger. Down the drain, pipe, whatever. And I think by the next episode, what's gonna be out? I know that Skull Island. There's a new like King Kong anime that's on Netflix now. I'm gonna check that out. We'll talk.
No?
I'm gonna talk about that next time we come back. Hopefully, I'll have more of a One Piece update too. I'll get further in that. And yeah, don't forget to leave your comments about any other recommendations you guys have for us or anything you guys might want to hear us talk about on the anime side. Or honestly, it doesn't even matter at this point. Y'all could just really just whatever you guys want us to talk about, just let us know. And if you want to hear me talk about superheroes, I'm on another podcast called Incredibly. So if you want to hear superhero talks, that's not just Spider-Man all the time, then head over to Incredibly, check us out. And yeah, it's a fun time. So, brothers, do you have anything left for the people at home?
Yes. Stay fresh, stay clean. Get yourself a nice fucking cologne, you stinky niggas.
I figured.
And have a great day. Ice in the veins, nigga. Never forget that, nigga.
Never forget.
Bitch. Arrows.
Wait. I know you meant ice arrows, but it sounded like you said bitch arrows.
I separated it.
I know you did, but I'm just saying.
I used a comma.
You used the comma. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Grammar. You know what I mean?
Grammar, yeah. My man, Supreme Kai San. What do you have left for the people at home?
Keep your grammar in check.
Yeah. All right. And that's a little IQ ooch. What do you have left for the people at home?
If you still haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse, you're doing yourself a disservice.
That's facts.
I guess that's me.
Also true.
Yeah, go watch it. Go watch it now.
I'm trying to actually see that shit for a third time in IMAX.
That's crazy.
It's that good. I need to see it again. It's almost gonna hit 1 billion, so we'll see. In any case, it's been your boy, Ooch, the lethal one, brother Ooch, the homie of all the Supreme Kais, Kai Kassan, and our boy, not so little IQ Ooch. Make sure you guys taking care of yourselves. May the power protect, keep you locked loaded right here on this podcast. Stay safe, stay clean, and stay the hell inside. And we'll see y'all next time. Yeah. Hey, one more time. See ya.